I have a problem selling magazines on eBay. Hey, this is Shane. Welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. And unfortunately, that is the topic for today. And it's not clickbait. It's real. If you've looked at any of my videos on magazine selling in the past, I'm an advocate for it. I enjoy selling magazines on eBay. Magazines in themselves they're very varied. You can get some really cool topics. They're fun, and they can be profitable if you get them at the right price. I can always get them for 50 cents each at my local library where people donate them. And I don't like paying 50 cents each for them. I like getting magazines like 3 for $1 or even 10 cents a piece, which I can do quite often. Sometimes you can bundle them. You have to get them at the right price. You can't pay $1 each for a magazine and make money unless it's something just really crazy, old, rare, whatever. But you got to get them at the right price. And with that, I've been very profitable selling magazines in the past, but I have a recently developed problem. And I'm going to pop up an example, some set of magazines I sold, and I thought, it's $20. I think I got these 3 for $1, so I only had like $1 in them. I only charged in the listing like $2.99 shipping, and that's the root of my problem, is shipping and estimating shipping. I did a really bad job on this one, but I was like, okay, I should be able to ship this thing for $6 or $7. I'll just do $2.99 shipping. I'll ship it and it'll be fine. And if you look back into my old videos, one thing I always tell people on magazines is you got to understand your weight, because weight is what kills you on magazines. Because here's the deal. Here's an example of a magazine. The root of the problem is that magazines have ads. And because magazines have ads, you are not supposed to ship them media mail. For example, here's Inspirations. It's one of these, I don't know, it's crafty, embroidery, but it's got some awesome stuff. It's a good magazine. This thing was originally $15. That's why people will buy magazines, because if you look on the newsstand, when next time you're in the supermarket, Walmart, whatever, how they put the magazines there to check out, just look at the prices of these things. Magazines new can be $10 or $15 each. That's why used magazines sell so good. But look, these magazines have ads. They're trying to sell all kinds of stuff, there's ads. That disqualifies it from media mail shipping. If you are out there and you're shipping magazines media mail, you're breaking the rule of the law for the post office. Now, will you get caught? Maybe not. But media mail is subject to inspection. If they find magazines in there, they can charge the receiver the amount difference, right? Combine not supposed to be using media mail for magazines with ads. Now, you get lucky there. Every once in a while, I've had a couple of magazines. There was one, it was like a Homesteader's Almanac. No ads, ship fine. People make the argument, if it's vintage, like from the 30s or 40s, why does that count? Those things are not around anymore. I don't know if it's got an ad. That's probably what the post office is probably going to say you can't use media mail. Point is, you can't ship media mail legally. You are subject then to first class, which is now this USPS ground, or priority mail. You combine the not being able to ship media mail with these raises, in price, the rising price that we get, and the shipping price for magazines has gotten crazy, because a lot of times magazines are heavy. Even one magazine often will be over £1, which puts you into priority mail rates. And that priority mail ships, depending on its zonal shipping. So you could be on the East Coast. If you're shipping that to the West Coast, it's going to be a lot more than it is if it's just in your zone, like in your state or the state next door to you. So you can quickly get into $12, $14 shipping. So the case in point that I put up on those magazines, I knew that $2.99 wasn't going to cover shipping, but I was just going to offset it for magazines, $20 with shipping, $23. I thought, okay, it'll be like $6 maybe shipping, $5.95, $6.95. those suckers were heavy. And were like $14 shipping. So if you look at it, you know, I destroyed my profit. I mean, I still made profit on it, but I destroyed my profit. It's my own dumb fault. I did it. I didn't do the shipping right. And I give you advice all the time. If you're shipping magazines or if you're shipping something that's non-media mail, something that's heavy, something that's weird shaped, work your shipping out first. Figure out what method, what that cost is going to be, and use a worst case scenario. Like if you're on the East Coast, pick a California zip code. If vice versa, get shipping that's far away from you and figure out what the cost is so you don't get hosed on the shipping cost. But that is my problem with magazines. I love selling them, but shipping cost, it makes it where they're not as attractive for buyers to buy unless you have a lot. Then if you mess up, you are totally squandering your profit. So what can I do about this? What's my advice to myself as well as you if you're trying to sell magazines? All right. First off, don't overpay for the magazines. Like, that's number one rule. Don't. If you're paying more than 50 cents, unless it's something awesome, you probably, you know, I just don't do it. I get it. If you pay $1 and you can sell it for $30, go for it. But in general, especially if you're buying lots of copies of something, you're going to lot them together. I like to get magazines at the right price. Figure out your weight and look at your shipping and consider cubic shipping. The post office, I thought, was going to put this into some of this new ground shipping that combined first class and other things. All I've seen on my stuff is the price has gone up. So what I always do is I go to Pirate Ship, Pirate ship, Pirate Ship, and look at what their cubic rate is. It's if it's thinner, and if it's magazines that you can put in a real thin mailer or something real thin that's like less than an inch, then you can sometimes get better rates than straight priority. If you're got lots of magazines, then you start looking at, because of the weight, you can start looking at flat rate boxes, that's probably going to have to go in a, you know, a large flat rate box, shirt box, or another, you know, one of the large boxes, which would cost you now 20 something bucks. So it has to be worth it, right? That was another thing. Back, I think in February of 2023, the post office got rid of the regional rate boxes. There was a regional rate box that would go priority mail. It was about 2.5 inches thick, and I could ship a ton of stuff in there, a ton of magazines, but even one magazine, it was fine. But this regional rate box was typically coming into like $6.95 for me, sometimes $7.95. I could put a lot of stuff. It turned out to be cheaper than regular priority mail. It was a good kind of price point if it was over a pound, but like under 4 pounds. It's like it saved a lot of money over regular priority. So anyway, my problem is that I got to pay more attention to what my weight is on magazines so that I cannot get hosed at the end. And my solution and my advice to you is to always calculate your weight on a worst case shipping scenario to see what it is, and to put that price in and recognize that price, you know, build it into the price of your item, or build, you know, just charge the shipping. You've got to. And look at things like Pirate Ship with cubic shipping to try to maybe save some on that, okay? You know, if nothing else, I guess this case in point is that, you know, if you make a mistake, you're not alone. I've been doing this for years, and I still sometimes just make a mistake. And it irritates me when I do it because I know better, I know what to do. I just didn't check this. I just was working on old data, you know, I don't know, maybe working on circa 2017 data in my brain, whatever. It's not something new. I know to do it, and I didn't. So anyway, that's my problem. I still love shipping. I still love selling magazines. Hate the shipping on magazines. The rates kill us, and it makes it unattractive for buyers because the total cost gets to be where they just don't want it. So anyway, it is what it is. A little bit of a rant. Hopefully my mistake will, you know, give you advice to check those weights, check that pricing, and build it in so that you don't have the same issue that I had, that I just did. and you won't be saying, yep, I should have done that, and you didn't. So anyway, see cool, bye cool. Talk to you soon. Bye.